Have you ever heard a scream carried on the wind that makes your blood run cold? A sound that claws at the edges of your sanity, leaving you breathless and shaken? Because I have. And it wasn't just a scream, it was a symphony of terror, a primal cry that spoke of unimaginable fear. And it's a sound I'll never forget. It's etched into the deepest recesses of my mind, a constant reminder of what happened that summer. It was the summer of 1968, a time of innocence and exploration, and I was a wrinkly-faced boy, barely 12, eager for adventure. It was at a rickety old camp nestled deep within the ancient English woods, a place seemingly untouched by time, brimming with untold stories. The sort of place where the trees always seemed to whisper secrets, rustling with unseen presences, their branches gnarled like skeletal fingers. And the shadows crept just a little too close after dark, dancing in the periphery, blurring the line between reality and nightmare. Her name was Lila, a name that now echoes with a haunting resonance. She was the quiet one, an enigma wrapped in silence, always scribbling in her notebook, filling its pages with secrets only she understood. She was always sitting alone by the lake, a solitary figure silhouetted against the shimmering water, lost in her own world. I remember her eyes, wide, dark, always watching, piercing, as if she could see right through you, into the darkest corners of your soul. No one knew much about her, where she came from or what her story was, but we all felt it. She was different, an outsider touched by something unseen, something unsettling. One muggy night, thick with the scent of pine and damp earth, we gathered round the campfire seeking warmth and camaraderie. We were roasting marshmallows, the sugary sweetness a temporary distraction from the growing unease. We were swapping ghost stories, each tale more chilling than the last, fueled by the flickering flames and the darkness that pressed in around us. Lila watched us from the edge of the light, a silent observer, her presence adding to the unsettling atmosphere. Her notebook clutched tight to her chest, as if it were a lifeline, a shield against the world. Suddenly, without a word, she stood up, her movements abrupt and unsettling. She walked toward the woods and vanished into the dark, swallowed by the trees as if they had been waiting for her. At first, we thought she was having a laugh, playing some sort of twisted game. But when the counsellors called her name again and again, their voices echoing through the silent woods, growing increasingly frantic, only silence answered. A heavy, suffocating silence that spoke volumes. The search began at dawn, a desperate attempt to find her, to bring her back from the clutches of the woods. Dozens of us fanning out through the mist, our hopes dwindling with each passing hour. We found only her notebook, abandoned like a discarded memory, its pages torn and muddy, lying beside the lake, as if the water itself had tried to erase her story. By the end of the week, consumed by fear and uncertainty, everyone was sent home. Camp closed, its gates locked, its secrets buried deep within the woods. Police came and went, their investigation leading nowhere. But they never found Lila. She simply vanished, leaving behind only questions and a lingering sense of dread. All they ever found was that notebook, a silent testament to her final days. And the last entry scrawled in a frantic hand. "He's here. He's watching. Don't let him in." A chilling warning, a desperate plea from beyond the veil. That should have been the end of it, a tragic mystery, a closed chapter in the history of that cursed camp. But every summer since, as the clock creeps closer to midnight and the veil between worlds thins, you'll hear it. A girl's sobbing, a sound of inconsolable grief. It's drifting over the lake like a chill, a spectral lament carried on the wind. Sometimes, if you're brave or foolish enough to look, you might spot something pale on the water's edge, a fleeting glimpse of something not quite human, a flash of white, a spectral form shimmering in the moonlight, or a dark figure lurking in the trees, watching, waiting, its presence a palpable weight in the air. Years later, haunted by the memory of that summer, I returned to the camp. I was hoping it was just my imagination, a childhood nightmare that had festered over time. But as the sun sank below the horizon, casting long, distorted shadows, the woods came alive with whispers, rustling leaves and unseen movements, a chorus of unseen voices, and the air grew cold, a bone-chilling cold that seeped into my very soul. And then I heard it, the sound that had haunted my dreams for decades. A wail, high and mournful, echoing through the trees, a sound of pure, unadulterated sorrow. I swear with every fibre of my being it was Lila, her spirit trapped between worlds. She was begging us not to forget her, pleading for release from her eternal prison. So next time you hear crying in the woods, especially near an old abandoned place, don't follow it, turn away and never look back. Some echoes never fade, they linger in the air, forever bound to the places where they were born. And some campers never really leave. They remain trapped in a perpetual summer, forever lost in the shadows of the woods.